Life after 55 is often painted as a decline, a slow surrender to weakness, loss of vitality, and fading masculinity. Society whispers, "It's too late, your best years are behind you." But this is a lie, a dangerous lie that many men begin to believe. The truth is this: a man's value is not determined by his age, but by his discipline, his wisdom, and his ability to adapt. Yes, the body changes. Yes, hormones shift. Yes, recovery slows. But performance, whether physical, mental, or even intimate, can remain sharp, powerful, and deeply fulfilling well beyond 55 if a man understands how to harness his health. Stoic Loading today, we will explore what every man over 55 must know for better performance. Not only performance in the bedroom, but performance in life, strength, energy, resilience, and vitality. These are not shallow hacks or empty promises. These are Stoic principles of health and masculinity, backed by timeless wisdom and modern science. The foundation: discipline over desire. At 55, indulgence becomes poison. What a younger man may survive. Excess sugar, alcohol, poor sleep. You will not. This is not weakness. It is simply reality. The body after 50 demands respect. And the first rule is discipline. Performance begins not in the gym or the bedroom, but in the daily choices you make. Do you fuel yourself with whole, clean foods? Or do you surrender to processed convenience? Do you rise early with purpose? Or do you allow sloth to dominate your mornings? Every choice echoes louder at this stage of life. A man who embraces discipline creates momentum. He builds strength where others decay. He becomes uncommon among his peers. The Stoic truth is this: mastery over desire is mastery over performance. Hormones, the silent drivers of vitality. After 55, testosterone, the fuel of masculinity, naturally declines. Many men accept this as fate, but the Stoic man does not surrender without strategy. Testosterone affects muscle strength, energy levels, mental sharpness, and even confidence. To optimize it, you must respect the fundamentals. Sleep deeply. 7 to 9 hours of restorative rest. Train consistently. Strength training 3 to 4 times per week. Focusing on compound movements. Nutrition with intention. Prioritize protein, healthy fats, and micronutrients like zinc and magnesium. Limit toxins, alcohol, excessive stress, processed sugar. They are enemies of your masculinity. For some men, medical consultation for testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, may be necessary. There is no shame in this. What matters is vitality, not stubbornness. A man must never confuse pride with strength. The Stoic body, strength as a non-negotiable. By 55, muscle is no longer just for appearance. It is survival. Sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle with age, begins to accelerate. If you do not train, you will shrink. If you do not lift, you will weaken. The Stoic approach to training is simple: strength before vanity. Focus on power, mobility, and function, not bicep, curls for aesthetics. Consistency over intensity. You are not chasing ego lifts. You are chasing longevity. Mobility is armor. Stretch, move, and protect your joints. A strong body protects against falls, illnesses, and weakness. A strong body commands respect, and, above all, a strong body fuels performance across every domain of life. Nutrition, eating as a warrior, not a slave. At this stage of life, food must be treated as medicine. Every bite either builds you or breaks you. The Stoic man over 55 eats for performance, not pleasure. This does not mean tasteless meals. It means meals with purpose. Proteins to preserve muscle, healthy fats for hormones and brain health, fibers and greens to protect the gut, hydration as a daily ritual. Remove what weakens you. Excessive sugar, fried foods, alcohol, constant snacking. These are traps that enslave men. Performance comes from discipline in the kitchen as much as in the gym. The mind, performance beyond. The flesh performance is not only measured in strength or stamina, it is also measured in mental sharpness. After 55, many men lose focus, memory, and clarity. But this decline is not inevitable. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt, remains alive if you keep feeding it. Read, learn, debate, write. Train your memory like you train your muscles. The Stoic man does not stop sharpening his mind simply because the world tells him to retire. Retirement for the body may come, but the mind must never retire. Mental performance also fuels confidence, and confidence fuels attraction, leadership, and influence. A sharp mind is the most powerful form of masculinity in later years. Stress, the hidden enemy of men over 55. Unchecked, stress becomes the silent executioner of performance. Cortisol, the stress hormone, crushes testosterone, disrupts sleep, and erodes health. The Stoic man must therefore practice rituals of calm, daily walks in nature, meditation or breathing exercises, journaling to release inner tension, choosing stillness over chaos. Stress is not always avoidable, but how you respond to it is always within your control. The man who remains calm under pressure maintains not only performance, but peace. Sexual vitality, intimacy is energy, not just desire. Performance after 55 often carries a hidden fear. The fear of losing intimacy, of declining in the bedroom. But let us be clear, sexual vitality is not lost to age. It is lost to neglect. Better performance begins with blood flow, heart health, and confidence. Cardiovascular training, brisk walks, swimming, cycling, keep circulation alive. Proper nutrition and hydration enhance stamina. And, above all, confidence in your masculinity enhances presence in intimacy. Many men obsess over techniques, but the truth is simpler. When your body is strong, your mind is calm, and your energy is disciplined. Performance follows naturally. Brotherhood, the power of male connection. One of the greatest threats to men over 55 is isolation. Retirement, loss of social circles, or family distance can erode a man's sense of belonging. But isolation weakens performance. The Stoic solution: build brotherhood. Surround yourself with other strong, disciplined men. Train together, share wisdom, hold each other accountable. A man without brotherhood risks becoming weak, both physically and emotionally. Performance thrives in the presence of iron sharpening iron. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, we are made for cooperation. The man who seeks solitude for growth may be wise, but the man who is forced into loneliness suffers. Build your circle. The spiritual dimension of performance. 55 and beyond, a man begins to confront mortality. This is not something to fear, but something to respect. For death awareness sharpens life. Performance is not only flesh and blood, it is also spirit and purpose. Why do you wake each day? What do you fight for? What legacy do you build? A man without purpose weakens regardless of health. A man with purpose glows with vitality regardless of years. Stoicism teaches us: focus not on length of life, but on quality. And quality comes from living with virtue, meaning, and discipline. The Stoic Code for men over 55 to summarize: performance is not a single trick, pill, or routine. It is a code of living, discipline in choices, respect for the body, clarity of the mind, calm under stress, brotherhood in life, purpose in spirit. When these are aligned, a man does not merely survive. After 55, he thrives. He becomes the rare example in a society that expects weakness. He becomes proof that masculinity, when disciplined, grows sharper with time, not duller. Conclusion: every man over 55 must understand this truth. Your best years are not behind you, unless you choose to believe they are. Yes, the body changes, but the mind sharpens. Yes, recovery slows, but wisdom deepens. And with discipline, you can perform, not only as you once did, but in many ways, even better. Do not accept the narrative of decline. Reject the culture of weakness. Instead, embrace the Stoic path: discipline, strength, wisdom, and purpose. For the man who lives this way does not fear age. He commands it. This is Stoic loading. If these words spoke to you, live them, embody them, and remember, a true man's performance is measured not only in his strength, but in his unshakable will to keep rising, no matter his years.